I watch twisters turn into stars, oceans turn to sand dunes, and it was all because of you. But highways don't relieve the desert heat, can't escape the burning sun. No, you're the only one who can save my heart. Turn to ashes, my soul tight, dry as dust. Take me down to the river and drown me in your love. And I wanna beg, but I'm on my knees. My soul's so parched, and I just need a taste of you so I can get some relief. Got the drug, the remedy. Oh, baby, won't you come around again and may it rain down on me, rain down on me, rain down on me. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Oh, baby, won't you come around again and may it rain down? And I wanna beg, but I'm on my knees. My soul's so parched, and I just need a taste of you so I can get some relief. Got the drug, remedy. Oh, baby, won't you come around again and make it rain down on me, rain down on me, rain down on me, rain down on me, rain down on me. Oh, baby, won't you come around again and make it rain down on me.
I love that. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Wonderful. You guys, we're going to take a short break. So Anna will have a little bit of time to go into our frame for our interview. We'll be right back here at Mud Culture Magazine live interview.
Do you think the sound was okay?
Yes.
Right. I'm ready. Oh my gosh. It was very cold this morning, so I put on a long sleeve shirt, and now it's. So you're gonna have a fashion show in New York?
Yes.
You should talk to Nate about that.
Is he in New York?
He's in New York, but maybe he would have some artists.
Okay. Hi guys, we are back here with Anna Wang.
Hello.
Hi guys. She just performed. How do you think she did? Amazing, right? And that's one of the reasons I selected her to be interviewed today. For the first time, I'm doing an interview with an artist in Madison, Wisconsin. So I'm really excited. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm really excited too.
And tell us a little bit about yourself outside of music. What is it that you do, and how did you get started into music?
Yeah, so well, in real life, I'm actually in medical device sales, which is way less exciting than music. Yeah, so I work for a medical device sales company during the day, and then pretty much all the time that I'm not working, I'm making music. So when I was a kid, I started classical piano lessons when I was about 7 years old. And I think writing pop songs was like my way of rebelling against my parents or something.
Right, because they like the classical.
Yeah, like I'm gonna write pop songs, and yeah, so just ever since then, I probably wrote my first song, like a really bad first song, when I was like 10 or 11.
Oh, that's
And I've just been doing
amazing.
it ever
Well,
since,
you
so.
had your start at 11. That's great. And playing piano, you're really good at it. So I guess the hard work by your parents paid
Right,
off really
you know,
well.
I remember as a little kid, I would always complain about having to practice and stuff, and they'd be like, "You'll be thankful when you're older," and they're right.
And yes, because then, well, I love music just as much as you do, but I didn't play any instrument, and music doesn't love me as much, but good for you. So now that you're performing live in different places, how did you know that this is something that you wanted to do outside of a career, like being a musician or a producer?
Well, I feel like it's less of a I want to do it and more of a I must do it or I will go crazy type thing. I don't
Yes.
know. I feel like if you ask other musicians and songwriters, they would say something similar. It literally just feels like something that I have to do. This is so ridiculous, but yesterday I was just doing like a little mental exercise of like what would my life be like without music? And my conclusion, this is going to sound morbid, but I was like, nope, I'd rather die.
Oh. Well, that makes you a really passionate musician, and I think not just it's important. Like you have to have the talent, which of course you play the piano and you sing very well, and you have to have the passion for something that you love. Otherwise, yeah, I think I would go more crazy if I'm doing something that I'm not passionate as well.
Right.
So, now that you're performing, and you're writing your own songs as well. So, how do you go about writing a specific piece? Does it usually started with, oh, I'm so sad right now, I'm gonna write something about this guy, or I'm so happy right now, let me tell the world about my emotions? How does it go?
Not really, actually. I think when I was younger, it was a lot like that, and I would really only write a song if I was feeling some strong emotion. And most of my songs would be really autobiographical, but it's not really like that anymore. I feel like songs will come just out of nowhere. Like sometimes I'm just walking down the street or something, and it's like the rhythm of my footsteps like suddenly puts a little melody in my head. Or sometimes I'll be just like sitting at a bar and I overhear somebody next to me saying something, and they'll say like a really cool line, and I'm like, wow, that would be really good in a song, and then I'll take that and like write a song around it. I mean, I would say all of my songs are about genuine emotions, but most of the stories are just from my imagination.
That's amazing.
I always say I could write songs about my personal life, but they would just be really boring.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
No, they'd be like, I woke up today, I snuggled my cat, I went to
colored
work.
my hair.
Yeah, like I went to work, I came home.
That's fantastic.
Wouldn't be much to listen to.
Yeah, so, this is Anna Wang again. If you guys have just been joining us, Anna Wang, AnnaWangMusic.com is her website. And I've seen her perform a few weeks ago in a very small, intimate venue, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's really amazing. I want her to get involved in some of the projects that we're doing with Carrarico and fashion shows at events we're currently doing. So I'm glad to actually have the time to get to know you a little bit more about your music background and how you got started in music. Now, as far as music industry in Madison, what's all about? Like there's music here all the time. There's always a concert. There's you guys, this is so surprising to me coming from Chicago, because I know there's a lot of things happening in Chicago, but I wasn't expecting that in Madison. There's so many little shows, huge shows. A lot of artists from different countries, different states actually come out here and do concerts. So give me a little bit of overview of what the music scene is like from an artist perspective.
I think Madison does a really good job of supporting local artists, both like kind of from the ground up and from the other direction. Like the venues in town are generally, in my experience, really friendly and willing to book local artists, which I think is really helpful. And then there's also just this great like grassroots DIY musician movement here in Madison too, and a lot of really cool venues have recently opened up to support the local musicians, like Communication on the east side of Madison and things like that. So yeah, it's just a really supportive community. Just in the space that we're in right now, like every room in this building is a different band.
Wow.
That practices.
That is amazing.
So.
And it's a huge area, by the way. So this is her rehearsal studio, so you might see some chords there, some decorations in there, some DIY wall because we wanted to get the background amazing. But so your kind of music. So tell us, how would you describe your music to somebody that you've never seen you perform before?
I would I guess I would call it like synth pop.
Mm-hmm.
Pop music with a lot of synthesizers.
Yes, a little bit of. Well, I have. I mentioned to you that I thought you were like kind of Bjork, in a way, eccentric with lots of instrument that you use in your
Yeah.
sound.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
A lot of stuff. So so that's pop with synthesized music.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's something new, right? I hope she gets to perform in one of our shows so you can actually see her live and with everything, acting, and fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, so that's your kind of music. How do you incorporate the piano and any other instrument that you learn? What other instrument do you actually play?
Piano and guitar are the two main ones. Actually, I play the flute too, weirdly. But as far as the instrumentation goes, like I have a little studio in a spare bedroom at home that I call the Blue Room, and that's where I put all my songs together. So when you hear the tracks, everything is I'm basically programming all the parts in and putting them together and recording them into a finished product.
So she doesn't only write her songs, sing her songs, she also produces it.
Yes.
Oh, and how did you decide that this is what you're gonna do? You're not just gonna sing, because a lot of artists some artists don't
Yeah.
play instrument.
Well, actually, I don't think I'm a very good singer, and I'm
Oh,
not.
no, you
I'm
are,
not
honestly.
saying that in like a self-deprecating way. I'm just
Uh-huh.
saying like singing was never my first thing. Like I grew up playing classical piano, but I always loved writing the most. So songwriting is like my true passion. So writing the song, if I could pick just one part of music to do for the rest of my life, it would be writing songs.
Is it something that you enjoy most?
Yeah,
as
it's
well?
what I enjoy the most, and everything else kind of comes with it, because it's like, well, if I write my songs, I have to sing them too, because if I don't sing them, no one's gonna hear them.
Right,
So.
right. Or you're gonna have to hire somebody or
Right.
sell it to somebody to
Right.
sing. But yes, and that makes it more. I think that makes you more like a well-rounded artist, because you produce your own music, you understand your notes and things like that. So that's wonderful. I love it. So I have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
We prepared this question just so you guys, if you have any questions, actually, you should drop them down our live feed so we can read it to her. So questions, we'll have some answers for you, I hope. Okay. Question number 1 is, which venue you would hope to perform that you haven't performed yet?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. Even though we've prepared this question, I actually don't know, because here's why. I have horrible stage fright when it comes to performing.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't
get like
tell
really
last time.
anxious. I get really anxious before performances. I don't know why. It's just something that I can't help. So usually before a performance, I'm kind of like too busy trying not to freak out to really be like, wow, what a cool venue.
Well, so okay, then my question would be is, which venues have you performed here in Madison that you've actually enjoyed and you thought it was super rewarding?
I mean, okay, it's always like I'm freaked out right before the show, but
Uh-huh.
after the show, I'm like, that was amazing. I don't know why I was freaked out.
Right.
You know? But
So you just need somebody to push you
Right,
on the stage.
exactly.
So I'm gonna do that next time you perform. I'll be there, just like just go.
yeah, but as far as venues go, I really like the High Noon Saloon here. Just they've got really great sound, and back when I was like 17, they booked me for my first show ever. So I just always have a very special place in my heart.
Oh, that's
There.
wonderful.
So,
I have never been, so I'm gonna go and check it out next time you're performing there, or some new artist. Maybe I'll do an interview with. Yeah. So wonderful. So anyway, High Noon Saloon here in Madison,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So, but if somebody that's watching from New York, you know my people there, and Chicago, Nick from NVP Entertainment. Here's an artist for you that I'd like for you to meet. I've mentioned her to you a while ago. But so this is Anna Wang from Madison, Wisconsin, and she's an artist, producer, and performer. But sometimes you have to push her on stage. Once in a while, it could happen. I'll just be there just in case. So the next question to you is, do you think fashion is art?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like anything, fashion, makeup, hair, they're all just different ways of self-expression, you know? Like, the same way music is. It's finding an outlet to express yourself, and I think that's really cool.
I love it. I think you already love her, right? For those of you that are fans of Mod Culture Magazine, a lot of them are fashion in pageantry and stuff like that. So
I wish I was better at that.
Oh, right. Oh, you can tell. Like, look at her hair. I love it. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm actually going to be featuring her in our October 15 Mod Culture Magazine. We just recently finished our last print, which is right here, and hopefully you'll be on the front page. We'll see. Depends on how awesome the picture and the interview is. So next
pressure's
question.
on. I better do a good job.
Well, I'll be sending you a few questions,
Yeah.
and we'll see how that goes. And I want to give a shout out to Nate, your PR guy from.
Hi, Nate.
Hi, Nate. He is in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. We can't wait to work with you in the future. But one more thing I want to ask you. How much influence does your environment have when it comes to creating your music?
Oh, a lot. You know, because I feel like it's always the sounds around me that are influencing my ideas. So everything from what other people around me are talking about to, you know, the natural sounds, the sounds of traffic, or, you know, wherever I am. So, yeah.
Oh,
100%.
100%, a lot of it, yeah. So you guys, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about a couple of the shows that is coming up for Jegie.com and Carrera Co. And then we are going to do rapid fire to find out a little bit more about her when she is being thrown a lot of questions that doesn't make sense. Maybe.
Oh,
Don't go
we're trying to
anywhere.
find out.
We'll be right back. So. All right.
Okay.
We're back. That was a very short break, right? So, rapid fire is what we usually do to startle our artists. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm nervous.
So, first question is money or love?
Love.
Oh, that was quick. Okay. Sushi or sashimi?
Sushi.
Ah, me too. So, boots or heels?
Boots.
Okay, there you go. That's easy. Body or face?
Face.
Okay, well, all right. Final question.
Her face when I said that.
Skirt or pants?
Skirts.
Me too. All right, so that's it. Oh, you
Oh,
got
that was
a little
easy.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy. So the next question I'm gonna ask you is your upcoming fashion events. You know, you're not doing my show on November 17th because you'll be out of town. We're super sad about it, but one day you will be performing, hopefully for us, because we're doing a lot of shows here. So, any events that you have coming up? I know you've got a news from yesterday.
Yes, so I just put out a new single yesterday called Hindsight. That's available on like SoundCloud, Spotify, all the major streaming platforms, iTunes, basically anywhere you can stream music or download music. It's there. It's on Bandcamp too. And my next show is September 22nd at the Crystal Corner.
And where is that located?
That is on Willie Street on the east side of Madison.
And that's in Madison, Wisconsin. So I'm definitely going to go there backstage. you know, just kidding. And
I'm like,
so-
I've never played there. I'm like, I don't even know if there is a backstage.
Oh, that's right. I'll be just like, hey, let's do it. So, so she's got a performance coming up September 22, and you guys, we also have a fashion show that's happening in September 15 in New York City for New York Fashion Week 2.0. My collection will be showcased at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock for the kids collection and the adults, or Miss and Mrs. collection, I believe. So, what's your name? His name. Oh my God, he's gonna hate me. Rene Bionnet. I'm always having a hard time saying your last name. He's the one that's producing that show. So I hope you guys will come and watch the show if you're gonna be in New York City. That's September 15 at the New York Hotel. Okay, so the next show that we have coming up is November 17. That's here in Madison. It's the Midwest Fall Fashion Show. That's starting at 1, and then we have 2:30 and 3:30. So there's 3 different shows for kids, Miss and Teen, and then the Echo Warrior, which I'm going to talk about later during my interview with Miss Mexico 2018 later this afternoon. So anyway, thank you for being here, talking to
Yeah,
us
thank
about
you.
your music. I have more questions for you later, but we're gonna have you perform in a little bit so I can take a little bit of breathe during this interview. So don't go anywhere. We're gonna have her perform another song from her previous CD, or is it
Mhm.
something that you're gonna be?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a song from an album that I put out in December.
Wonderful. December 2017, right?
Yes.
Yes, and what's the title of that song?
Break You is the next song I'm gonna play.
Oh, I love
I
that.
actually wrote it when I was very mad. So
Very, very mad. That's
it's
that's
a good
awesome.
song
I'm
for
excited.
very mad.
Yes, I'm excited. I hope you're not that mad at the moment. But she's gonna be performing that shortly, so don't go anywhere. Here we're live at Mod Culture, live from Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So. Anna Wang from Madison, Wisconsin. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we're gonna have we'll talk about some of the shows coming up for Carrera Co. and a little bit more information about Anna Wang from Madison, Wisconsin, a producer, artist, and performer. I think our live got cut off, but we have recordings, so we're just gonna post that later. Just the internet is not that great. All right.
Oh, I need this thing.
Hello, everyone. We're back at Mod Culture live interview with Anna Wang, a songwriter, performer, and producer from Madison, Wisconsin. And this is the final set of our interview. So we're going to go a little bit serious about what we're going to talk about. So before we're going to go on to our final words, I want to talk about our upcoming fashion show with Carrera Company. So again, we have a fashion show September 15 in New York City for New York Fashion Week with Rene Bionnet, and that's going to be at the New York Hotel on September 15, 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. And there's other fashion designers from all over the world as well. So don't think you're only going to be seeing my designs. So I would like to say hello to all the fashion designers and about 100 models that's going to be there this next 2 weeks, the next Saturday after next Saturday, September 15th. So make sure you check it out. And then my fashion show, of course, with other designers from the Midwest in the Botanical Garden, Old Botanical Garden here in Madison, Wisconsin. September 15, New York City, November 17 here in Madison, Wisconsin. So we're back with Anna Wang, and you have coffee. My coffee's in my car. You know how much I love coffee. Now I'm super jealous. So what do you do as far as taking care of your voice? Do you have any routine that other people can learn from you?
No, I don't. I'm bad.
Oh, but you play instruments, so I think
Yeah,
you're fine.
like, it's a good day for me if I remember to warm up.
Oh, there you go. But she did sound amazing, so I'm pretty happy with that. And so what about, there are artists out there now that are incredibly popular. Some of them are not as talented as some artists, but they're very popular, and they're making so much music and a lot of followers. What separates these people from the ones that are talented that are not yet discovered?
Well, I think anyone who's really popular is talented, in some way. Like, maybe some artists are better songwriters or some are better singers or whatever, but I think the ones that are really popular, like, a lot of them do, like, have more resources, the backing of a record label or something like that, or they just have, I think with, what am I trying to say? I think with music, it's more than just talent, because there are millions of super talented musicians out there, but I think it's about some combination of talent and luck,
and
like
charm.
You have to be talented, but you also have to kind of be in the right place to get the opportunity, if that makes sense.
Yes, so totally. And we're looking forward to see how Anna is going to progress. And hopefully my people that are watching her, look how amazing she is. So I just wanted to showcase her for today. And also, I want to ask you a couple of questions with regards to what do you want to see moving forward when it comes to music? Like, I know a lot of people are taking their music in the streets, they're performing, they go viral. What is your strategy as far as an artist?
My strategy? I guess my plan, I have a music video coming out in a month, but moving forward, I really just, instead of releasing albums, I want to release a new single every few months, that way, and, I guess I'm just trying to get out there as much as I can, a little bit at a time, so.
Yeah. And because you're in Madison, Wisconsin, and there's a lot of music venues and a lot of events that's happening here, there's really a space for you to be out there, which is amazing. And if you guys want to see her perform live, you definitely can come to Madison, and hopefully we get lunch or dinner. Hit me up. I didn't get any comments yet, but if you have any questions later today, we will try to answer it for you for our upcoming print for Mud Culture magazine. For those of you that have yet to get this, our front page here is Miss Illinois Earth United States. She made it to top 20 and best in swimsuit. Of course she did. And she's incredible. And we are going to showcase all the models that we have coming up for November 17 in our next Mud Culture print as well. So one last question. How would you describe your general followers? Do they drink Starbucks? Do they wear jeans? Do they wear skirts? What are they look like? What do they look like?
They're my fans that come to shows or like followers online.
Okay.
Because I say those are different.
Mm-hmm.
So-
The ones that are online that buys the music or listens to your music, and the ones that
Oh my gosh,
goes and
they're
watch
all
the show.
different. They're all different. I see everything from like little girls to like elderly couples that come out. So that's really cool that,
They're out there. Yeah, I noticed that too when I went to see your show. Different people. They have older ones, younger ones, hip ones. Of course, me wearing the skirt. Actually, I was wearing jeans that day. But normally I would wear a skirt. So that's amazing. What is your message to the young artist that wants to follow the music industry or be part of the music industry? Where should they start, and what should they learn fast?
I think that artists should just be true to themselves and create art that, and I think this goes for any artist, create art that really speaks to your heart and your soul, and that's what people will connect with.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for giving this opportunity to get to know you a little bit more, performing for our audience. Do you want to perform one more song before we end? Or?
It's up to you.
Yeah, let's do one more song. And thank you everyone for tuning in here at Mud Culture Magazine. I will do another interview with our Miss Mexico 2019. And I'm going to be introducing her to you later this afternoon. So I'm not going to tell you her name yet, but you will meet her around 3 o'clock, I think. So here is, I'll give her a second to get prepared. We actually talk about 2 songs, but I love her song music so much that I think we should give her another shot to perform for our audience here at Mud Culture Magazine. And again, if you guys want to be part of Mud Culture, first you have to walk in one of our fashion shows, obviously, then you get featured in our magazine. Or if you're an artist, whether it's a fashion designer, if you're a performer, if you create art, like art, then get in touch with me at mudculture@carreraco.com, and I will do an interview with you and feature you if you're amazing, like Anna Wang. And let me change our view so you guys can see her whenever you're ready. And this is actually the New York Fashion Week 2.0, and there's a bunch of designers that's going to be showcasing. This is our venue for our event this coming November 17, and this is our flyers for Midwest Fall Fashion Week for Kids at Old Bridge Garden on November 17. And we also have a second show at 2:30, Midwest Fall Fashion Show at 14, and Miss. And later today, I'm going to talk about the Miss Earth United States that's happening next year in Las Vegas for our nationals. Miss Earth USA 2019. And if you guys know, of course, you're aware that I am the director for the Miss Illinois Earth United States and Miss Wisconsin Earth, United States. And she is ready right now. So here is Anna Wang, songwriter, performer, and producer from Madison, Wisconsin.
I heard